Minimize the toxins in your life by making 52 small weekly changes with Gene Sumner's book, Are You Toxic? Get your book today with a small donation at worldwellnesseducation.org. Healing Journeys is presented by World Wellness Education, whose mission is to educate the world about wellness one story at a time. I am Tracy Brosman, and I am here today with Howard Donaldson. He is going to share with us his healing journey with COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Welcome, Howard. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about how you were first diagnosed with this disease.
First diagnosis of COPD was, I was at Emory University about 25 years ago. And they were doing some pulmonary testing. At that time, they told me that I had beginnings of COPD. And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse.
What were you feeling that made you go in for the testing?
I was down for a seminar.
Okay.
And they were, it was on pulmonary function tests. I worked for a company that had a sand foundry, and we're going to do spirometry. So
okay.
we went down for the seminar, and that's how they tested it.
So you went down for a seminar, and they were doing testing at that seminar.
Yes.
And so did you have any signs or symptoms that leading up to it, or?
At that time, not a lot. About that time, I was starting to get a little bit of shorter breath on exertion. Not to the point where I couldn't function.
Okay.
I mean, I could function very well, but it's just my lung capacity was getting less and less.
So when they diagnosed you 25 years ago, what type of things did they have you start doing? Did they have you make any lifestyle changes, or was it just medication, or what was it?
Big thing was they told me I should quit smoking.
Okay, that's probably, and did you?
No.
Okay, so you didn't listen.
I didn't quit.
How many years were you smoking up until
40
then?
years.
Wow, it's kind of hard to quit smoking after 40 years.
Well, I had a heart attack, and they told me then, you've got to quit smoking.
Right.
So that did it.
Okay, so it wasn't the COPD, but it was the heart attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So did the COPD, did that lead into any of the signs or symptoms? Did that cause?
Well, I quit smoking at that time.
Okay.
I kept getting more short of breath all the time, to the point that I was seeing my doctor, of course, and I was on oxygen 24 hours, and 3 inhalers twice a day.
Wow.
A nebulizer. For about 3 years, I could not lay down in bed. I had to sit up in a chair to sleep. And I could hardly walk to the car. I couldn't drive. My wife did all the driving. And I got a flyer in the mail one day about the salt room. I didn't have a clue what it was. So I went up to see him.
So your lifestyle was dramatically affected.
Oh yes,
For
I was.
years.
The doctor kept saying, "I don't know what to do. You know, you're getting worse, and I don't know what to do."
How did you take that emotionally? How did that affect you?
Well, I didn't like the idea
Yeah.
because you're looking death in the face. And I didn't like that idea. So when I seen this flyer about the salt room, I went up to see him. And
What did the flyer say that made you think that they might be able to help?
it would help, it may help COPD, it may help sinuses, allergies, that sort of thing. And at this time, I'm willing to do anything.
Right.
So I went up to see him, and I bought a month's subscription right away.
Okay, so at the salt room, and I've been there, it's really amazing. So Himalayan sea salt, right?
Yes,
And the walls are covered, the ceiling's covered. If I remember right, some of the floor
there's
is
4
also
inches
covered
of salt on the floor.
in several of the rooms. So you went in there, and what did a month,
I'm sorry.
you said you bought a month,
Yeah.
subscription. What did that mean?
It means by buying a month worth instead of day by day, you had unlimited use for a
Okay.
month. And I'm ready to do anything, so I started going twice a day.
Okay, and twice a day for how long a period of time each day?
Well, for a full month.
Okay, I know, but was it for like half an hour or an hour or?
The sessions are 45-minute sessions.
Okay,
You're in this room, it's totally encased in salt, and then they blow real fine salt dust in the air. And you inhale this. And when you have a lung condition, you inhale the salt and you start to cough. And that's the idea.
I was going to say, now you can't breathe very well to begin with. That doesn't sound, it sounds a little counterproductive hearing it, right?
Yeah, the salt makes you cough this stuff up.
Okay,
So I was
so
going
you were clearing out your lungs?
I'm sorry?
You were clearing out
Yes,
your lungs?
yes. After 2 weeks, I stopped my inhalers and stopped my oxygen.
Wow. After 2 weeks, now, how long had you been on the inhalers and the oxygen leading up to that?
About 3 years, 3.5 years.
That's amazing.
It is. I went to see my doctor. I was seeing him once every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I seen him about 2 weeks later. And
Did you walk in without your without your oxygen? And
He
he probably
says,
was like, "How'd you do
your
that?"
lungs are clear. I said, I know. I said, I've been going to the salt room. He didn't have a clue what that was. So I told him about it. He was receptive to it.
Good.
And he says, if it helps you, keep doing it. Well, this was a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I can do anything I want to do now, anything.
Really?
I still go to the salt room every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Twice a day still, or just
No,
once a day?
just once a
Okay.
day.
So they're open 7 days a week then?
No, 6
Okay.
days a week.
6 days. So you go there.
We do go on vacation once in a while. It does not bother me.
So what about, because I have a friend who has COPD and he has a hard time flying or anything like that. Can you fly?
I'm sorry?
Can you fly without
Oh,
oxygen?
yes.
And do you ever need oxygen at all anymore?
No. We went to Denver, did not have any trouble at all. And then this last summer I went to Michigan and didn't have any trouble up there. I go every day because it has saved my life.
Absolutely amazing. And you don't have to use inhalers anymore?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Do you have to use the inhalers at all anymore?
No, I do not use inhalers at all. No nebulizer, no oxygen. I mean, I actually lead a normal life.
So you're able to drive.
Able to drive, and we go to flea markets, no problem walking. It's just, it's like being born again.
But you said allergies and
Yeah, it'll help allergies, asthma. I know a guy that had a lot of trouble with asthma. Doesn't have any trouble now.
different respiratory problems.
Yeah, any kind of respiratory. You're like in Florida, there's something that blossom all the time,
Right.
and so you're coughing and hacking all the time. It stops that.
How many years ago were you diagnosed with COPD?
About 25 years ago.
And you continuously got worse? Is that fair to say?
Yes. Yeah.
And then how long have you been doing the salt room?
June of 13,
Okay, so
year and a half.
Year and a half. And you've just continuously gotten better?
Oh yeah, yeah. I go up there, the people at the salt room, they have several different things they do up there. They have salt scrubs and massage therapists, estheticians.
I've done yoga in the salt room.
Okay. And they also have a doctor come in that does acupuncture.
Okay.
And
Do you do any of the other treatments?
I do acupuncture.
Okay.
It is, acupuncture is amazing to me. The fact that I had ringing in my ears for 60 years, and one treatment and the ringing stops.
Wow.
I had a back injury, my upper back, probably 25 years ago, and could not lean up against a chair without hurting. One treatment, acupuncture, and that pain's gone.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
so
it
you
is
really
amazing.
like the salt room then?
Oh, yes.
And the acupuncture.
Yes, I do.
That's great.
I also like going up there because the people are very friendly. They'll do anything for you. So it's just a nice social thing.
And you're not on any other medications, or
No. No.
Were you on medications before besides the inhaler?
I'm on a lot of medication for my heart and that sort of
Okay.
thing, but no more medication for my lungs, no.
That is wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey. I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad to. People come in up there and they're like I was. They don't have a clue what this is going on. And several of my friends go up there now
Do they?
and have gotten relief.
Well, that's what this is about.
That's right.
Sharing the story so other people will know
Right.
and be able to find a salt room, whether they're in this area or maybe in other areas throughout the country, because I know they're all over
That's right.
and they make a world of difference. So we really appreciate that.
It's getting, the salt room is a lot busier now than they were when I first started going up there. And so it's only been there, I think 3 years now.
Yeah.
But they're busy now. That's a good thing.
It is. It is awesome. And it's made a world of difference in your life
Oh.
and in your wife's life too, because you
Oh,
said that
absolutely.
you're going shopping now and you're driving instead of her driving,
Yep.
right?
My wife is really glad I went up there
Yeah.
because, she don't have to babysit.
Well, and she wants you around and she wants you healthy and happy.
Yeah.
Howard, you had mentioned that you bought a package from the salt room by the month versus buying by the day or by the single visit. Was that incredibly expensive?
It's considerably less expensive than buying them by the day. No question about that. And after 2 weeks of using this album, I got rid of my inhalers, which were costing me over $700 a month.
Wow.
And so it's dirt cheap.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Plus I'm still alive.
Yeah.
That's a big issue.
Yeah, you can't spend your money if you're not here, right?
That's right.
And you're not having to pay for the oxygen anymore either.
No. And you see people walking around with the portable oxygen.
Yeah.
Those things are expensive. Run about $2,500 to $4,000,
Wow.
and
Well, it sounds like you
It's
got
all-
the best
it's all-
end of the deal.
Well, certainly using this all and being able to breathe is the best deal of all.
It is. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey. I really appreciate it.
I'm
So
glad to
does
do that.
everybody else.
Well, nice to be here.
Thank you. To share your journey to wellness or find out more information, visit our website at worldwellnesseducation.org. We make a difference one story at a time.